It's the RIOT Podcast. Welcome to the Tuesday, August 15th edition of the show. Isaiah, would you consider yourself much of a sneakerhead?
I'm like the furthest thing
Really?
from a sneakerhead.
You
Yeah.
You usually have kind of snazzy shoes.
I like my kicks,
Uh-huh.
but I'm not like if they have to be a certain. I don't know anything about shoes.
How many pairs do you have?
Of shoes
Yeah.
that I
that
wear.
you routinely wear.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I probably got probably 6 pairs of shoes
Okay. I have like 3, and 1 pair is just for mowing the lawn.
for mowing the lawn.
Yeah, so
Well,
I really have
I
2.
counted my sandals in that
Uh-huh.
because I go to the pool every weekend.
Oh, yeah, they count.
And
sure.
then if I count my golf shoes,
Uh-huh.
then I've got 7.
There you go. How many of your pairs of shoes, again, and now we've established you're not a sneakerhead, but you're still pretty fashionable and you like to look good. How many of your pairs of shoes light up?
0.
0. Yeah, I've noticed that for me too. I don't have any light up shoes.
I don't think that's an adult thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Why not? Why can't it be? How come after you're 7 years old, you're not allowed to have light up shoes anymore? Not only are they, it seems, possibly frowned upon for grown-ups, but they don't even make them. It's not even an option. That's what I want to know.
I feel like it's because as an adult, you're not supposed to do silly things
Why
like
is
have
that
light-up
silly?
shoes. It's kind of like as an adult how you're not really supposed to wear neon anymore. But when you're a little kid, everybody loves neon
Uh-huh.
because you're like bright colors and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then once you become an adult, you stop wearing neon.
I just think that a lot of kids get a lot of attention because they have the light up shoes, right? And I think for me, I would love that kind of attention. I would love people to just comment on my shoes all the time. I think it should at least be, maybe they wouldn't be your everyday shoes, but think about how fun it could be to have light up shoes for a few special nights a year to bust those out. When you really want to turn some heads, that'd be a good way to do it to me, I think. I think it should be an option.
Well, then let's go into this too then.
Okay.
How do you feel about Heelys for adults?
I did have Heelys when I was
So
a
did
little
I.
more grown up.
And you know what color mine? Whoa, grown up. How old?
Well, I don't know. Like, I wasn't a child.
Were we 24?
Sure.
So this is like a year ago.
Yeah. I did. I don't have the Heelys anymore, but they were, you know what? The
I had Heelys when I was in 4th grade, probably.
They didn't work as well as I wanted them to.
They never did.
But they
no.
do make Heelys for grown-ups.
Do they?
Trust me, I know.
I feel like they would be very. That seems like that would be efficient.
Yeah.
Does it not?
Exactly.
And
they
I feel
seem
like
fun,
I'd be way better at it now.
But do you recall Heelys very uncomfortable?
I don't remember.
It's like you're wearing high heels.
What colors were yours?
Black.
Mine were lime green. See,
Whoa,
neon.
Yeah, neon. That's
Neon.
right. That's right.
Yeah, I feel like for me personally, Heelys now would go a lot longer, a lot longer way than they did back then.
Yeah, it would just be a quick way to zip around, but also, yet again, I found them quite uncomfortable, and so I'm okay, but I'm not okay with that sacrifice. I'd rather be comfortable than to be able to zip around, but there's no sacrifices that need to be made to have light-up shoes, and so that is why I think I should be able to get them.
I feel like, too, I'm surprised it's more of a thing, because when you think about the people that, go to raves and stuff,
Yeah, right?
they wear, a lot of neon, a lot of, light-up stuff. I could imagine them having, light-up shoes.
Right.
I mean, I know for a fact they probably sell them.
Maybe, I don't know. Not in any store.
No, you got to get those online. Light-up adult shoes. I got to pay right here for $35 on Amazon.
Picture this. Picture this, right? Where is sneaker culture the biggest? In basketball, it's huge, right?
Yeah.
Think about the impression. Think about how sales would soar if you saw LeBron James out on the court wearing light-up shoes that were flashing every time he took a step. And you see him, he goes up to make a dunk, and his shoes are flashing in the video. How cool would that be? You're telling me that's not cool?
It'd be pretty slick.
During the slam dunk competition, if some no-name guy even was wearing light-up shoes, he'd be the talk of the competition.
I wish you could see what I'm looking at right now on Amazon.
So they exist?
Yeah, they do. Mainly just the sole,
Oh.
but they look sweet. They're completely gold on the top,
Uh-huh.
and then the sole is LED.
Hey. This one's not even that expensive.
They're all $40.
I guess you could kind of do makeshift shoes, makeshift light-up shoes if you
And
attach some different like LED lights to
You
them.
carry around like a little remote, and you can like change it. You can flash them.
Yeah, it's not
change
like
it
when
to
you're a kid
orange.
and they just light up when you stomp. It's you are in control of when they light up with a little button.
Yep.
That would be. I think it's an idea worth pursuing. I don't know why they're not more popular and more sought after, because I think it'd be a great way to get some people looking your way.
Yeah, you definitely get some eyes wearing these things.
That's right.
They look pretty wild, though.
Isn't that what you got to stand out. You got to stand out. And that's one way to do it.
Maybe for your birthday.
Yeah, it's coming up. All right, we got a good podcast today. Useless knowledge in the podcast. Talking about Jennifer Lawrence. We talk about who's more likely in a relationship to say, I love you first. The answer may surprise you. And why it needs to change. And a whole lot more. So enjoy.
I'll see you guys.
Catch you next time.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
Now it's time for our most trivial of segments. We do it every day at this time. It's useless knowledge.
It's time for useless knowledge. I'm going to ask some questions. You guys are going to answer. And if you get it right, you win absolutely nothing.
Nada.
Today, Jennifer Lawrence's birthday. You probably know her.
Congratulations. Yeah.
You probably know her from Hunger Games. She turns 33 years old today. Also goes by Katniss Everdeen.
Of course.
And so your useless knowledge question of the day for you all to text in at 8772 Radio
Right,
U
I'm ready.
is recently it was discovered that Jennifer Lawrence is related to a Marvel Avenger. What superhero does Jennifer call her fifth cousin?
I'm lost on this one.
Recently, it was discovered
I heard what you said.
that Jennifer Lawrence is related to a Marvel Avenger in real life.
Okay.
What
You mean-
superhero does Jennifer call her fifth cousin?
You mean an actor that plays an Avenger?
Recently, it was discovered that Jennifer Lawrence is related to a Marvel Avenger actor, human being, real
Yeah,
person.
Thank you. Thank you for clearing that
Like,
up.
she could be related to Scarlett Johansson.
She could
or
be.
Chris Evans.
Uh-huh.
Or a myriad of other people.
Yeah. Something tells me it's not any of those.
What superhero does Jennifer call her fifth cousin?
All right. That's crazy.
Do you have any more questions?
No, I just wanted clarity on that. But it's crazy. She just now, I mean, she's 33.
Well, I mean,
Just now discovering she has another cousin.
how many fifth cousins do you know that you
Oh,
have?
fifth cousin. I thought she had 4 already.
What superhero does Jennifer call her
This is-
fifth cousin? You think that's her fifth cousin of all time?
Yes.
She just
She
found
was
out
counting.
she's got
She
4
had
other
gotten
ones
to
and she's
4.
looking for a fifth one.
Yes, that's exactly what I thought.
No.
I didn't even know you could have fifth cousins.
Yes, you could have fifth cousins.
All right. Let me think about
Heck,
this.
me and you could be fifth cousins.
Yeah.
You think, oh,
I
jeez.
hope not.
She recently found
I
her
hope I'm
third
not
brother, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't
Hope
know.
I'm not related to you. All right. 8772 Radio U. Guess an Avenger actor that could be related to Jennifer Lawrence.
The stories you love with the opinions you hate. The Riot. Radio U.
Let's turn things over to the host, Isaiah. Our useless knowledge question for today is...
Recently, it was discovered that Jennifer Lawrence is related to a Marvel Avenger. What superhero does Jennifer call her fifth cousin?
fifth cousin. And Jennifer Lawrence is, of course, from I don't know where, and so is somebody else. So I'm just going to guess Paul Rudd.
The answer I was looking for there was Jeremy Renner,
Jeremy Renner. They're related.
formerly known as Hawkeye.
Uh-huh.
They just found out in the past, I think, 2 years that they were actually fifth cousins.
What are the odds?
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah. They've got good genes.
So now let's get some rapid fire going. What other Hunger Games character does Jennifer Lawrence live next to in real life?
Donald Sutherland.
No! No! We were looking for PETA, which seems pretty obvious.
Oh, yeah. What are the odds?
I know, incredible. Next question. In 2012, The Hunger Games came in at number 3 on the box office list of the year. The highest animated movie was Brave at number 7, then followed by then followed by Madagascar 3 at number 10.
Yeah.
What animated movie that came from a popular children's book came in at number 11?
Paddington Bear?
I was looking for The Lorax.
Wow.
Jennifer's only Oscar is for what 2013 movie?
Oh, it's Silver Linings Playbook. That's
Very
a little more
good.
straightforward.
There you go. All right, follow along again. In 2011, Jennifer Lawrence starred in X-Men First Class, which ended 2011 as the number 13 movie of the year. But the movie that ended up winning Best Animated Film at the Oscars came in at number 20. What was that movie?
Oh, you've lost me. I'm Ratatouille.
Wait for it. Here it comes.
The answer I was looking for there was Rango.
No, of course it was Rango. What?
Jennifer's highest score on Rotten Tomatoes came for a movie where she played a character by the name of Ree Dolly. Came in with a 94 score. Came out in 2010. Do you have a guess? I'm looking for a movie name.
Fruitvale Station.
No! No!
I was looking for Winter's Bone.
Oh, I should have known that. Yeah. I don't think she was in Fruitvale Station at all.
I don't think she was either.
Yeah.
But overall, you did pretty well.
Yeah. One out of
what'd
6.
you get? 1 right? There you go. That's terrible.
Useless knowledge is getting continually more useless as we go.
Well, that's the point of it. Every day I want it to be a little bit less straightforward.
Yeah, a little less value. These ones you can't even who do you tell these to?
Oh, these answers?
You can't even relay these.
A big Lorax fan.
I couldn't repeat any of these answers back to you.
If podcast awards were ever a thing, this show wouldn't win any. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
2 big signings in the NFL yesterday. 2 big signings in the AFC East. 2 big running back signings in the AFC East. I want to know which one you think is more important. The New England Patriots signed Nene's favorite player, Ezekiel Elliott, to a 1-year deal. Meanwhile, the New York Jets signed former Vikings running back Dalvin Cook to a 1-year deal. Both of these guys have made Pro Bowls. They're pretty big stars in their own right. Which signing do you think is more important for the upcoming season?
I don't know if either of them matter. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
You don't think either one makes a difference?
I don't think either one even makes a win of a difference. I don't think either team's line of how many games they'll win this season will change today. The Patriots are irrelevant as is. I mean, they're like a 7-win team probably. I think signing Zeke, I mean, they have Ramondre Stevenson, who's their starting running back. They'll use Zeke as maybe goal line or like as a blocking back. But, I mean, that offense needs weapons. Do I consider Zeke a weapon at this point in his career? I love Zeke. Played for Ohio State. He was grand. But at this point in his career, I don't think that he is moving the needle for me with the Patriots, especially in that division as well. And then Dalvin Cook on the Jets. I think Dalvin Cook is more of a weapon than Zeke is. But I think on the Jets, I think his role will not be as big as his name is right now. Which is going to surprise a lot of people. I think if you don't follow the NFL very closely, his name is obviously much bigger than Breece Hall's, who is the running back for the Jets who got hurt last year. But they have him coming back. He's a young guy in his second year. They're going to want to lean the load on him. And then as well as, Michael Carter's still there. And then obviously they signed Dalvin Cook. I think Dalvin Cook's a nice little receiving back. He'll be a good little option for Aaron Rodgers. But at the same time, I don't think that this moves the needle for the Jets either.
I think they're both good signings because they don't cost you much. And at running back, I think it's not important to have one big star, but to have some depth there. A bunch of guys that are pretty good. And now both the Patriots and Jets can both definitely, absolutely say that. So even if one of their premier guys goes down, they've got other solid guys to still lean on, and the running back isn't a total empty space for them. I think it feels like Ezekiel Elliott, he's a bigger name, and it feels like he should be a bigger signing because the Patriots just need some talent. They just don't have a lot of guys that move the needle. But then again, the Jets just add another weapon. Dalvin Cook's definitely a better player at this time of his career, and so you kind of have a two-headed backfield with him and Breece Hall, which also buys Breece Hall time to get a little more healthy if he's not fully up to speed, and just gives the Jets one more thing. I mean, how do you defend Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball to anybody, but especially when you got Dalvin Cook, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson? I mean, the weapons, they're almost endless.
I wouldn't say endless.
It's almost you start to think, can anybody beat the Jets when they have so much talent?
Can anyone beat the Jets? They aren't even the most talented team in their own division.
They have the best quarterback in the league, and now arguably the best weapons in the league. It's going to be and when you have the best quarterback throwing the ball to these weapons,
see, Hudson,
it becomes even more difficult to. It just elevates them even further.
People that listen to the show might think that you're being serious. That's the wild part.
I am.
I want everyone
serious.
to know that the Jets don't even have like the fifth best weapons in the AFC. They don't even have better weapons than the Browns. The Browns aren't even like a top team.
They have, first of all, when you have Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball, then that automatically makes your weapons pretty good.
Like last year, yeah.
And then when you have
with all those weapons,
Pro Bowlers all over the place, and we're not even talking about their defense. This is a team that
the defense is good. I never question that.
To go 17-0 and then run to the Super Bowl. I think we
can't even talk about sports when you say things like this.
I think we might witness history this season.
I don't want to do sports segments if you can't do that. You can't do that.
I was thinking 14-3 before, now signing Dalvin Cook 17-0.
Radio U's Worst of the Riot podcast.
But we've heard in the past that consuming true crime content, especially if it's the way you like wind down at the end of the day, you flip that on to go to bed or whatever, it's considered potentially harmful to you, and just concerning to many experts that's the way you would spend your time, right?
I have heard that.
But I have here a psychologist who begs to differ. Her name is Emma Kenny, and she says that it's actually beneficial to your health and to your mind to consume crime and mystery content. She says unfolding or de-stressing during our commute can help support a better work-life balance. If you choose to use like true crime podcasts to get through your commute, that's one way where it can be a positive situation. Also, she says that when you're listening to true crime, when you're listening to these mysteries, it's helping your brain, like basically making your brain work to try to solve the mysteries. It's exercise for your mind.
Like doing a puzzle.
Yeah, kind of. Except this puzzle is all about life and death and gruesome murder. But nevertheless, a puzzle, which helps your mind stay sharp. It gives you something to think about, and it helps you. This kind of stuff that she says, it helps you avoid the cognitive strain that's caused when we restrict our liminal space, where we allow our minds to explore. It helps you stay sharp. It helps you stay on top of things. You buy all this?
I'm indifferent on it.
You're indifferent.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's always something. It's one day it's true crime helps you, next day true crime's gonna kill you. Whatever it is, there's so many studies now I can barely keep up with them. But my question is, should we start doing more true crime stuff on the show?
You want us to start doing murders?
I think we should start doing true crime on here.
Oh, talking about it.
Because we never talk about true crime on here.
Yeah,
and
unless it's in this context.
I brought it up recently. I said we should start doing some true crime things.
All right.
But also, I don't know if our listeners get down with that. But it's so popular for people with podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
People who drive around all the time love listening to true crime podcasts.
You know what we could do? What do you think about this segment idea? What if we have a segment where we talk about like a murder, like somebody who gets killed. That's what a murder is. And then sometimes it'll be real, something that really happened. Sometimes it'll be one we make up, and people have to figure out, did we make it up? Did we invent the story of the murder, or was it somebody who actually died?
We'll have to workshop that.
Yeah. Because that's like a whole new twist on true crime, because it's like, is it true crime or not?
How well do you know?
Yeah.
How true is that crime?
Is it true crime? We could call it false crime.
Possibly false.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe true crime.
But then you'd also see how many twisted scenarios we could come up with involving people meeting their demise. But it would be okay because they didn't actually die. It's not a real person.
It's just for the fun of the game.
It's just a game. So I don't see anything wrong with any of this.
Little true crime action on the rise.
And the good news is it would still be exercising your brain because you're still solving a mystery of whether the crime is real or not. But it might not be real.
Add a little riot to your Instagram feed. Follow @RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
Are men or women more likely to say, I love you first in a relationship?
I think the answer here is men. And that reason is because I don't think we would be talking about this as a story.
Oh, you don't think so, huh?
If it wasn't men.
That's all it comes down to.
That's all it comes down to is I think, just because I think that it would be maybe more, like for me, it's not more surprising, but I feel like for people, you would expect it to be girls because they're always supposed to be more in touch with their emotional side.
Yeah.
So you would expect them to be the first ones to say, I love you.
Uh-huh.
But I'm thinking it must be the men if somebody took the time to write an article about this.
It is a study that was done. It's just been published in the Sage Journal of Social and Personal Relationships. And this was done across 7 different countries, it looks like, where they found in this research that, you're right, men were more likely to say, I love you first in a relationship. So now we know the answer of who is more likely to say, I love you first. But now what we need to know is why men would say it before women. It says here, men on average would consider saying I love you after 69 days in a relationship, while women wouldn't think about it. It's close until 77 days in the relationship. Now, why would that be?
See, I have like a thought on it of like why I think it might be. Because I feel like maybe the gals are waiting for us to say it first. So then they can say it right away.
Oh, okay. But it says they're not only are men saying it first, but women consider it later than men do.
I wonder why that is.
What could this be? I think, here's one thing I think. I think men, maybe they feel pressure from women. Not that the woman is, they might feel like they need to say it, or that's the end of the relationship at a certain point. You know what I mean? Like they need to come out and say it, or they don't know, who knows what will happen. So they feel pressured to say it earlier.
Have you ever been in a relationship where the gal has said it to you first?
I don't even know if I remember. I know I had one relationship go wrong because I said it first. But
it went off the rails after that?
Yeah, but in my...
No!
I was too early. I jumped the gun. But in other relationships, like me and my wife, I don't know who said it first. It was probably me.
It was you.
Yeah, it was probably me.
Yeah, I feel like, I feel like for me, it's always been me.
What about?
It's only been like one time.
What about this, though? Do you think men are more desperate? And so when they finally find a gal, they're like,
man.
I love you.
I love you so much.
I love you, and I don't want to let you go.
Don't leave me, no matter what you do.
Where the woman's like, I got options. Do I love you? Maybe. We'll see.
Could it be you? Could it be somebody else?
Give it 77 days. We'll figure it out.
Maybe I'll wake up again tomorrow morning and I feel differently.
Yeah. But I wish they would dive into that in this study. But now we know men are more likely to say I love you first.
Maybe we should just chill out on it a little bit.
Yeah.
That way we can get our numbers down, boys.
Yeah, we need to work on this average.
Slow it down.
Take it easy.
Stop being so crazy.
Who knows how our fortunes would change?
If you just back off a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe wait another day. Wait one more week.
Don't seem so eager.
Yeah, come on. Wait one more week and hold off. Let's get these numbers back.
Wasn't that a great Riot clip? While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.